Hello. Is this your chair? I don't think that this is your chair, mister. Do you fit? Do you fit? Excuse me? This right here is for you. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay. You want to stay? Okay. I love you. Goodbye. Goodbye. Hi, this is Jenna with Brown Dog Craft Company, and today we're going to be making a berry sweet card with some new released products from Pretty Pink Posh. So these are, we're going to be using the fresh berries stamps and die set along with the stencils. Now the stencils are a 4-part stencil, so it's A, B, C, and D. So this first stencil is the strawberry bases. So I'm using some Simon Says stamp, ink, and watermelon, and I'll blend that over each strawberry on the whole stencil here, avoiding the little flowers. So I'm going a bit heavier handed at the top of the strawberry and then lightening as I go down. Now I will take some Cadet Blue ink and just do the little flowers in the background in blue, and some of them will be a little purple because the pink will mix with the blue, and I think that's just okay. So we'll go on to the second stencil, and that's going to be the tops to the strawberries and some leaves, and so I'm using Fairway ink, and then I'm going to add a little bit of field ink just at the base of the leaves to give them some more dimension. Now the next stencil is actually supposed to be for the strawberries and the flowers, but I'm skipping it and going to the fourth stencil, which is going to be the detail layer for the leaves. So I'm doing that in the field ink. And then here we are with the third stencil. And the reason why I'm waiting is because this stencil, we're going to stencil on some charcoal ink for the seeds of the strawberries and the centers of the flowers. And then without removing the stencil, I'm not going to clean it or remove it. I'm going to pull out my glitter hero paste from Hero Arts. It's a really big jar. I'll show you here. And we're going to take a spatula. So this is like a clear glitter paste. So we're going to take a spatula, and I will spread a thin layer over everything here on the card panel, which this is a full A2 card panel here, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 that we will trim down. So I'm just making sure to get in all those nooks and crannies on all those strawberries, so we have some sparkly, shiny strawberries. It adds a lot of dimension to the background. So, and then as soon as I'm finished, I will go make sure to clean off my stencil and my spatula really well in some warm water. And I'll set the panel aside to dry. It only takes about 5 or 10 minutes to dry because I did such a light layer. And there we go. Finished product. Super cute. Just a little bit of sparkle. Just the right amount. So here I've got some gingham blue paper that I found in my stash. And I am taking that charcoal ink and stamping the berry basket on here. Now it is really light. I think you could have stamped this in black. So I think if I made the card again, I might make it in black. But it still looks cute. When you die cut it, it still looks like a berry basket. So, and in person you can see the detail on the stamp. So now here I've got a scrap of Bristol Smooth cardstock, and I've stamped out some images, some of the berries, using some Hero Arts contour ink. So we're going to do some no line coloring with our zigs. So here I am outlining the green images in light green, and I'm turning my paper as I outline, trying not to get my hand in anything that I've already colored. And then I'm filling in with sage green. These are the tops to the fruit here. And then the strawberries. I'm just going to color one of some of the images on here so you don't have to be here all day with me. So the strawberries are carmine red, light carmine, and then the blender, and then light green and sage green for the leaves. And then the blueberries are dull blue and overcast sky, and then light green and sage green for the leaves. The raspberries will be both those same greens, and then pink and dark pink. Blackberries, same greens, and then violet and light violet. And then the vine leaves that I don't color on camera, but you'll see them on the card here, are English ivy and grass green. So here, when I blend out the strawberry, I'm using my blender, and then you just you just color with your blender in a blank space to get all that red ink out. So here are the blueberries. We'll outline those in the dull blue and then color them in with that overcast sky. And then I'm adding a little bit more ink down at the bottom there to give the blueberries some shadow. And then once these are all colored in, I will die cut them out with the coordinating dies. So here's another strawberry that I will skip over so you don't have to watch another strawberry. It's colored the same way. And then I'm doing a little bit of dots with the light green marker there to give the top of the strawberry some dimension. Now you'll notice that the strawberry seeds completely blend in once we color in the red because we stamped with that super light contour ink. I know that the ink is really hard to see on camera. I can barely see it when I'm coloring in real life, so I know it doesn't translate well, but there is a line from the stamped image and I'm coloring right over the line. So here's the raspberry, and I colored the blackberries the same way, just different colors. So outlining in the darker color, turning my paper as I go, and just taking my time, being slow and deliberate. And then I'll fill that in with a lighter color. In this case, pink. And blend it all together. They're such cute little berries. Very summerish. So then here I've got my Tombow Mono Black pen, and I'm going to add in those strawberry seeds to both strawberries. There we go. All finished with coloring. Here I've got some Hero Arts sand cardstock, and I've got 2 of the sentiments. So we will stamp those in some Simon Says Stamp Clear Embossing ink after I treat the paper with my anti-static powder tool so the embossing powder sticks only to the ink and nothing else. And I'll use some Simon Says Stamp Fine Detail White embossing powder. So it's going to say, "Love you very much." And the very much has a die that will cut out the very much, and I actually cut out 2 or 3 extra. I think 2 extra. So we'll stack those up for some dimension. And then I'll put a little piece of foam tape behind the "Love you." I'll die cut that out with a little sentiment banner. So we'll melt our embossing powder here. I love the look of white on this color cardstock. So here we have the very much. I will glue those together. Just use some liquid glue. You could use spray glue, or you could cut them out of some sort of sticky cardstock, like cardstock with a full sheet of adhesive on it. Or you could fussy with foam tape behind here, if that's what you like to do. I do not. So cute. I love the scripty font and how the die cuts all the way around it. So here's our panel. It's now completely dry, and I'm going to trim 1/8 inch off of all sides. So we'll have a nice border around the background. And our card base is going to be out of the Hero Art sand cardstock, so the same thing that we embossed the sentiments on. Making sure that fits and looks good. And now we'll work on putting together our berry basket. You can see the detail from the stamp there a little bit. So I'm going to pop up the berry basket with some foam squares. Not too much because I want to tuck the leaves and the fruit inside the basket. But I'll put that on the card base, pretty much in the center, but a little bit to the left. And then I will work on gluing down all of the leaves and the fruit into the basket. So it took a long time to figure out where I was going to put everything, and I think I need another leaf after all of that. So I might add another leaf on the left, but it turns out cute. I won't bore you with all the organizing of the fruit because I think I changed my mind about 12 times. But I glued everything down, and eventually I just said, you know what, it looks fine. It's a basket of berries, and it's supposed to look a little disorganized, right? When you have 4 different kinds of berries in one basket. So we'll put everything in through the top there. So the strawberries and the blueberries and the raspberries or blackberries come in both a large and a small size. So I did a little bit of both. And then we'll pop up a strawberry and a blueberry outside the basket there, down on the bottom. So a little bit of foam tape and a little bit of glue. And then we'll work on the sentiment. So I'll glue a leaf down at the bottom and berry much down at the bottom. And then add that little blackberry with some foam tape. And put that right by the B on Berry Much. And then for Love You, I cut that out with a little banner die, and I put a strip of foam tape behind it. And we'll get that added. At first I thought I would put it at the top of the card, but I think it looks really cute in the center of the basket. So that looks cute, but I like it better there. Tell me what you think. Would you have put it at the top, or would you have left it on the basket? I'd like to know your opinion. And then I'll take my white Jelly Roll pen and I'll add highlights on all the fruit and the flowers or the leaves throughout the card, and even a little bit on the basket, on the berry basket itself. And then once that's done, I am taking Pretty Pink Posh embellishments. They're called Strawberry Shortcake, and I think these may have come out with the Valentine's release. They do have a strawberry mix that came out with the berry release too, which I have, but I couldn't find on my desk, so it's somewhere. So I took a whole bunch of little strawberries and glued those down around the card with some liquid glue. I think they're just the perfect finishing touch to the front of the card. So here I've got my card base. I'll add, or my full card front panel. We'll add that there. So the sand cardstock there is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I could have just glued the white panel to the card base, but at this moment I didn't realize I wanted a sand colored card base. So here I'm going to stamp the inside of the card. So another sentiment is You're Berry Sweet. So I'm stamping that in the charcoal ink. And then down at the bottom we'll do a strawberry, and I'll do that in the watermelon ink. And then I cut a piece of the gingham, the blue gingham paper that we made the basket out of, to do a mat. So I'll glue the white inside to the blue gingham, and then both of those to the inside of the card. And then I will also glue the card panel onto the card. And I think this turned out really cute. It was super fun and easy to make. It came together really quickly. And the gingham just reminds me of picnics. So there we go. I love decorating the inside of cards. I don't do it very often, but I feel like I should do it more. And that's what we have for today. Really cute. Lots of fun things on this card. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video today. If you'd like to see more, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.